I'm about to set off on a 3-day solo survival challenge in some remote wilderness in the Australian high country. I will be following a river upstream to a secluded valley to see how I can challenge myself with minimal gear in the height of summer as I have to battle high temperatures during the day. I will be bringing no food with me and will have to source whatever I eat from the local landscape and what I can catch from the river system with my fishing setup. I have no shelter or modern sleeping gear with me as I try to keep warm on the cold nights, and I won't be using any modern fire lighting tools, relying solely on creating fire by friction to cook my food and stay warm. Stay tuned and see if I can last the 3-day challenge as I discover what's in this incredibly wild section of the Australian bush. Well, g'day everyone. I'm always feeling a little bit apprehensive when I start off on one of these bigger challenges, especially survival challenges where I'm heading out with minimal gear and no food. And I'm going to be doing a lot of fishing. Obviously I'm kitted out for fishing gear because I wanted to give myself the best chance possible to be able to catch some food. So I'm on a track that goes along this river, but I'll be walking upstream the river in my waders, and eventually I'll be going off the track and going deep into a valley. Now, I've caught trout in here before. There's plenty of carp, so I'll be targeting both of them. Unfortunately, I've rocked up and the river is quite low, which is a bit concerning because obviously when the river's very low compared to what it normally is, trout are going to be hiding. So basically it'll just be about finding those little deep hot pockets, pools or whatever, where trout or carp might be, and fishing there. So see how I go, and yeah, later on I'll show you what gear I have for this trip. But yeah, 3 days out here, it's summer, the cicadas are deafening, it's going to be a challenge. Fast stream right in there. That's what, they're good spots. So deep holes like this, it's actually fairly deep, you'd think would be good because you get also reddies in here. So reddies will go for a lure, especially at the back end of a little stream like that flowing in. Yeah, I'm not getting anything, so no bites, nothing. I'm not even seeing fish, which is quite concerning. Yeah, still absolutely no luck. So if there's fish in there, they don't want a bar of what I'm using, so I'm going to change it up again, and I'm going to go for something like this little minnow. Now I do know it is a particularly bad trout season this year because there's been what's called a cormorant plague, just an abundance of cormorants, and they're picking off all the yearlings or whatever you call them. And I'm not liking my chances of trout on this trip. If I'm going to get trout, I reckon it'll be on a bait. So I do have some bait with me on this trip, and I am hoping that might get me some carp, because I know there's carp in this river. There's carp in almost every river. So we'll see how we go. It's getting a bit later in the day, it's getting hot. I wouldn't mind getting camped because I've got to get a fire going tonight because it's going to get really cold and I don't have any bedding or shelter. And it might be better if I just set up in a place in a hole and have a worm on bait. So I'm just going to start walking a bit faster now and fishing as I go. Oh, big ass going over there. There he goes. Again. Alright, so I'm going to stop trout fishing for now because obviously that's not working. I'm going to walk straight to camp. The place I want to camp has a bit of a hole where I reckon carp will be hanging out. And I'm just going to focus on carp fishing. Those worms don't look like they've got a lot of life in them, so probably only got enough. They'll only probably live up till today which means I'll have no bait on me tomorrow unless I can find bait, which is really hard. Alright, let's change it up. Heaps of carp in here. Heaps and heaps and heaps of carp. So I'm going to try and set up my carp rig. Now, I do have bait, but I might just go to a little minnow and see if a carp will go a minnow if I go right past it. So far, not interested. I'm looking at it. Let's see if I actually have a go. I gotta work out how to get that carp. They're not taking my worm. Okay. How frustrating. There's so much carp there, but they just don't want to touch my bait. Bugger. I almost wonder if I could spear one. Alright, well obviously spearing them ain't going to work. Catching them on the bait right now is not going to work. I think I'm just going to walk. I'm just going to walk back to where I'm going to camp tonight. But goodness, this is a bloody hard fishing trip so far. I don't know why the carp just don't want to take my bait, but alright, on to campsite. There's heaps of cicadas flying around me here. I'm thinking if I could get myself a cicada, that would be fantastic bait for a carp. Gotcha. Whoa, yeah! That's bait. Don't let him go. Got him. Let's see if I can get a few more. Okay. Can I catch a carp with a cicada? Let's give it a go. They're actually not going for it. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh yeah, this is where I'm going to camp tonight. On this little sandy patch right here. Check it out. This is camp for tonight here. Plenty of firewood here. Plenty of a good spot, sandy spot right here to set up camp. I'm so exhausted I'm going for a swim. Alright everyone, sorry the cicadas are very loud, but I thought I'd go through what I have with me on this trip. So starting off, my Jack Stillman gear, my wax canvas pack by Jack Stillman, and then the only thing I really have for bedding is a wax canvas poncho, which I'm just going to wrap myself up in tonight. Yeah. Now I have an emergency medical kit and a PLB that I'm keeping in my bag with me here. A pair of leather gloves, a water container, spare pair of shoes for when I'm walking around camp and I want to take the waders off, camera gear, clothing for tonight, 2 fishing rods, and obviously the fishing gear hasn't really done much for me so far. And then the only other little you could say treat I brought with me was coffee, because that'll give me a boost tomorrow. I am really buggered. It's been a hot day and I've caught no fish and I've used a lot of energy, and that's the survival game for you. A lot of energy and you get nothing in return. Damn it. So I'm going to just collect a bunch of firewood, because as hot as it is today, it's going to get cold tonight. It's going to get real cold tonight, so I want to have a fire that can go the whole night. Alright, as you can see, I've got enough firewood for the night. I'll be laying here and the fire will be right there. Got some big logs there, smaller logs there, and that should get me through. I'm just a mess to start off this day. I think it's the heat. I don't do well in the heat. I'm much more a cold climate person. But this is going to be a real challenge, this survival challenge. Like if I can't get food, it's basically 3 days of being in the heat, having no shelter, having no food, but that's all right. That's how it is. Anyway, I've got to get a fire going. I'm going to rig up this last cicada and I'm going to chuck that out, and then I'm going to get a fire going. Okay, I'm going to get this fire going. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to attempt to do it with the bow gel. Now this is stringy bark, which is going to be my tinder bundle. That'll do. Okay. This is my fire kit. Spindle and a bit of paracord. Maybe this would be able to work as a bow gel. Okay, that's going. Ooh, that's good. Okay. This is the hard part. Okay. Okay. I think I've lost it. That's the thing with the bird's nest. Bugger. Okay, let me try again. Okay, there's another ember. Fire! Woo! Woo! That feels so good. Even though I failed miserably at catching a fish today, getting that fire by the bow gel, it's just satisfying. It just makes you feel like you know what you're doing. Woo! Ah. I burnt my hand though. I'm going to put my hand in the water. For dinner, I've got a little bit of lamandra, which is just a native plant, and I'm thinking I might actually cook up this cicada because it'll be dead by the time it gets to tomorrow, so I may as well cook it up on some hot coals. I don't know how long you're meant to cook them for. I've never had a cicada. Fair bit of white flesh in that. Hope that doesn't make me sick. It actually tastes alright. Jeez, I should just stock up on cicadas. I was reading that in this area it might get down to like 4 degrees, so with no shelter, no sleeping stuff, I'm going to be cold. That's alright. It's just 3 days. Think of those people who had to survive out in the bush with, you know, nothing. Some of those explorers, the hardships they went through. I'm just getting a little taste of it. Otherwise, I might just lay down and get ready to go to bed because, you know, I'm pretty tired and pretty wrecked after today. And I'll see you in the morning, I guess. Good morning everyone, had a great sleep. It was cold but that fire kept me nice and warm. Had a little bit of food in me with the cicada, and look, I was feeling pretty disheartened with my lack of catching fish, but because I've been trying to find worms and I just can't find anything. Anyway, I was searching for ages. Finally I lifted up a log and I found a mother lode of good size earthworms. Well, I'm going to boil this water and have the only luxury I have with me, which is coffee, which I'm looking forward to. That is awesome. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pack up while it's early and I'm going to have a go at those carp, and I might set up shift camp and set up where those carp were. Anyway, I thought I'd show you a cool way to transfer your fire, a natural way to be able to transfer fire so I don't have to do the bow drill again later. Okay, so my little fire kit. This is a banksia from home and I burnt all the seeds off it, but the idea is if I just stick that in the fire for a bit, it should take off. And that should smoulder for a while. And what I'll do is probably keep it in here, and I'll just carry around this with me as a way to keep fire. And then I can use that later to start a fire. And that's how our indigenous used to transfer fire, with banksia sticks. Everything I do today is about trying to hook onto a carp. No point in trying to target the trout. They clearly just not on the bite. There's not many trout around at the moment. I've seen heaps of cormorants already flying around. It's about the carp, so I'm just going to change up all my lures, try whatever I have, and set a line with bait for the whole day, and I'll just sit around where the carp are, and I'm just going to try my best to catch one of those big, juicy, delicious mud marlins. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, this is where the carp are. I'll just hold back and see if they go for a grub. Look at them all. So many carp. If only I could get them. Lord God, help me catch a fish. I think I have one. Okay, there he goes. Okay, now to get him in is the hard part. I might actually come over to the bank here. Okay, we want to get him up on this bank. Ooh. I don't want to snap it off. Oh, here he goes, here he goes. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, he's getting tired. Let's get him up here. Holy moly. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm eating. I am eating tonight. Woohoo! Oh, I'm stoked. The good Lord provided me with a feed. And a feed it is. Have a look at this. That is a big boy down there. That's a lot of meat to eat, but I'm hungry. And so, it's 9:30. I'm not going to wait because it's going to get hot today. That fish will spoil in this heat. I know I can catch carp here if I want another carp for dinner. I'm just going to start up a big fire and get this cooking and have a big feast. Maybe have another coffee. Mate, I'm just thriving out here, so it's all good. Guys, I'm not going hungry out here. Oh, I'm stoked with that. I'm guessing you get all these big scales off. Ugh. So while I build up a fire, I'm just putting it here in the water with a wet cloth on it. That should keep both the flies away, stop any hawks coming to get it, and just keep it a bit cool while I get this fire going. Alright, it's getting hot. I really want to get this meal cooked up. Smouldering banksia. Let's chuck it in here. reckon those coals are enough. I'm excited about this. Time to chuck the fish on. So carp is a fantastic species for me to target on these trips because they are plaguing our waterways. Like in the last 20 years they have exploded and they're very damaging to native species, and we want them out of our waterways. So, and they're for a survival trip, you know, it's a big feed. This is going to fill me up, and I don't really care about a very tasty fish on a survival trip because they don't have a reputation for having the best taste to them. But for this trip, they're perfect for me to target. Now, Victoria Fisheries have come up with an idea to try and get rid of, or actually the Australian fisheries in general, to get rid of the carp. And they've been talking about the idea of a carp virus. It's like a herpes virus. Now, it sounds pretty apocalyptic if you think about it, releasing a new virus into the environment. It sounds like the start of a zombie movie or something. But actually, I've been listening to some talks from Vic Fisheries, and it sounds like it's all right. This herpes virus is all around the world except for 3 places: Australia, New Zealand, and South America. And in all the places around the world, it's never jumped species. It's only stuck with carp. Now, also, it won't wipe out 100% of carp, which is good, because if you get all these carp dying in our rivers, the dead, rotting flesh actually can poison the waterways, which is not good. So they reckon it might kill 30 to 60% of carp or something like that. So it's just a good way to reduce the numbers down. Am I on board with it? I'm yet to see, but at first I wasn't convinced. But then when I listened to a few talks from Victoria Fisheries, I say that it could be a good thing. Let's see how it goes. Oh crap. Alright. Now, what I might do, I realised I had some alfoil in my emergency medical kit. I might actually put some of this cooked meat into the alfoil and store it for dinner tonight. And hopefully if I keep it cool in my bag, I can recook it and hopefully it'll be okay. I reckon it needs a bit longer, to be honest. Now while that's cooking, I thought I'd just show you this. This is Scotch thistle, and it's a weed, noxious weed. But very, very spiky. But the thing about Scotch thistle is you can eat it, believe it or not. You just don't want to get splat. And I'll just collect a few of these and I'll eat them for tonight. And they'll go with my carp dinner, which I'll put in here. Heaps of meat on that. Well, I had about as much as I could stomach. Definitely no trout. At least I've got something in my stomach which will get me going through the day. I'm going to make a coffee and then go for a swim, and yeah, at least I've got some food for tonight. Feels like it's kind of cheating having coffee. Oh, but it's so good. Yeah, I'll probably make my way up river. Just do some trout fishing. You never know, I might find something, and see if I can find another camp for tonight. Bloody gorgeous country this is though. This is like an oasis. Look at this place. It's so beautiful. Seriously, how incredibly beautiful is this place? I mean, the trout fishing might not be good, but it's like heaven, hey? Wow. There's the samba carcass. And that's why you purify your water. I've been taken from this water further downstream, obviously. Yeah, I've been putting purification tablets in, and that's why. Not a bad little spot. Bit of firewood. That samba carcass is pretty gross though. I don't know if I'll camp here just purely because of that. Row, 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 row. There we go. Some more samba carcasses. I've been chilling here by this little sandy bank that I swam in, and the sandy bank is really beautiful. Like, it'd be a really nice spot to set up camp. And I just had a quick look, and there's heaps of big logs around that I could use for firewood throughout the night. And this spot's a bit more upstream and even more remote than I was last night. And that view, like, just think of that view I'm going to get, especially in the morning when the sun shines on it. It's just so picturesque. It's bloody thumbnail material. So I've got to get firewood for tonight, and I've got to get another fire going because I burnt up my Banksia stick. And then look, if I don't catch another trout, it's fine. I've got that carp for dinner. I'm hoping that carp should be okay. I cooked it up. I've stored it in alfoil. I've kept it in the shade. I'm thinking that should be enough to keep it all right. I'll just cook it up really well tonight. And anyway, it means I've got a bit of food tonight. I'm going to lie here tonight, and I'm going to have my fire here. Beautiful, beautiful place. And there's no rain forecasted. We're in summer. Yeah, there's no rain forecasted till a few more days, so I'll be fine. Usually when I make a bird nest for a tinder bundle, I always use stringy bark. I can't find any stringy bark around here. So I've got really, really dry grass. I'm going to see if that takes an ember. Hopefully it will. And that will be my bow drill stick. Hopefully it's strong enough. I hope that's enough wood for tonight, because I'm pretty buggered. I don't know if I've got the energy to get any more than that. And I've got to save some energy for the bow drill. It's still so hot. Oh, you bugger! Now I'm going to have to find another bugger. Not as nice. That one's not as long, but oh well. I'll have to give it a go. Okay, I'm going to put this in my bird bundle. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. Should be fine. Oh, much nicer this time around. Anyway, I got a good fire going for the night, and I definitely feel like I could eat more food, but that's alright. Just got to get through one night. It's pretty nice just to sit here, out here as the sun goes down. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm pretty buggered. I'm going to head to sleep. See you later.
That was a rough night. Felt a lot colder than the first night. It was really cold. Couldn't get warm. And I had stomach cramps. Like, stomach was just churning throughout the night. Just found it hard to get comfortable. But we made it. Day 3. We made it.
To be honest, last night, just before bed as it was getting dark, I wasn't feeling the best, both physically and mentally. Physically, stomach was churning, but mentally as well, I was just, I don't know. I was feeling maybe the anticipation of a rough night ahead, knowing it was going to be cold and hungry, and also, I don't know, you get a little bit spooked out in the high country. There's a lot of wild dog prints everywhere, so like you start playing things on your mind, but you have this sense of, oh, what am I doing out here? Why am I out here? This is silly. But you push through that. And then this morning I wake up and it's just the birds are singing and the sun is hitting the mountains, as I said. And I was just laying here and I just had this elated sense of joy. Like I am in this remote valley by myself, just to have an experience like this, you know. So yesterday I saw a few ripe berries, blackberries, and I gathered I'll collect those ones and they can be my breakfast this morning. Alright, there we go. A total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 berries. It's still pretty early in the summer, so usually back end of summer is when they all ripen. That's all I could get. Give them a wash in obviously water that's been purified. Alright. Ooh. Oh wow. Oh, after the 3 days on whatever I could gather that wasn't very tasty, that was a pure sugar rush. Oh, like a sugar bomb. Beautiful. It is a bit of a shame that pretty much most of what I've had to rely on to gather or to hunt, to eat here has been introduced pests or weeds.
but that's just the changing nature of our bush. And I suppose it's better to target the weeds and the pests to eat when you come out here, because it gives a break to the native species. Oh well.
Alright everyone, I'm on my way back to the car, just a little bit earlier, basically because it's going to be hot today. I think it's going to be in the mid 30s, so, and that kind of heat just drains me personally, so I got a fair hike back to the car, so I'm just going to get an early start on it and see how I go. See if I see anything cool on the way, I'll definitely film it. This kind of looks like a track. Just follow this along, I reckon. See where it takes me. Oh yes, energy for the road. Oh good, I'm glad I came this way. Oh, there's a few more ripe ones. Oh yeah, this is not necessary. You open the top of your Skittles packet and then you chuck this on the ground. Come on, amateurs, do better. And another one. Bloody dirty grubs. Yummy. That's just there hanging out on the track. I reckon a dog brought that up to here. Oh, made it. And look what I have in here. Oh yeah, plenty of food. Woo-wee. Now, last time I filmed myself coming back to the car after a survival challenge and eating food, everyone ripped into me because I was eating a bunch of unhealthy stuff, Gatorade and chips and stuff like that. So I go the healthy route with some tuna, a mandarin, and a nut bar. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. That is good. Alright everyone, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I feel pretty proud of what I just achieved, you know, pushing the limits a little bit more. Yeah, it was really cool, and I'd like to do more of these in the future as well, maybe for a little bit longer. They definitely are very tough on you, mentally and physically. But yeah, I'm stoked with what I've achieved. So thanks for watching. If you've liked the video, give it a like, comment below, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Catch you on the next video, everyone.